Ladies and gentlemen, today we're here at Walmart. I'm going to show you how I stayed dialed as a 16-year-old paying for all my food. Let's get straight into it. God damn. Alrighty, so one of the biggest tips I can give you is stay on the outside of the grocery store where like all the produce is, the meat is, and all that sort of stuff. Stay away from the BS in the middle of the aisles. Now, one thing you guys need to understand is that this is just one grocery haul. This isn't everything I buy. This isn't the only stuff I buy. Realize this is just 1 week in my life and not my full diet at all. One thing you guys need to keep in mind is this is not everything I eat in a week. I eat a lot more than this, but there's some things I buy in a lot more bulk versus like stuff I need to buy every week. So things like rice, things like beef, I have that in my freezer. This is just what a weekly stock up looks like and basically the average week because I don't buy new rice every week. I don't buy new chicken every week. Sometimes it lasts me longer than that. My next piece of advice is find some sort of meal plan or meals that you can follow to keep it cheap and simple. All my meals revolve around white rice or potatoes and chicken or beef or turkey because overall they're very cheap and they're like $1.50 a meal, tops. So find meals like that and just have them on repeat. No, it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Alrighty, the next tip and trick that I can give you guys, buy Walmart brand. These are keto buns. I get keto buns, keto wraps, just because it's high fiber. You need fiber. Fiber's important, helps your digestion. Yes, I'm on a bulk. These are also $2. 8 buns, $2. Can't beat that. Now, tip number 4 is actually something you might be surprised. Stay away from the quote-unquote healthy food because honestly, it's all processed and like, not saying processed food is bad. I would eat this if I had the budget, but $2 for a meal is really not that worth it when it's not that high quality, it's not a lot of calories, and it's not a lot of protein. Try to stay away from things like this. So hear me out. Cat food. No, I'm just playing. But this is my typical protein sources. Yogurt, because it's the cheapest, and ground turkey, because it's the cheapest. Yes, I eat some ground beef. Yes, I eat some chicken. Already have those at my house. But if you're young, you're on a budget, you're making minimum wage, you got to do with what you have. Alrighty, guys. So this is the bag of rice I buy. It's 20 pounds. This will literally last me like 3/4 of the year because I eat this and potatoes. I'll add it to the total, but like I said, this will be a higher total than normal because you're really only going to buy this once or twice a year, so it won't be like this every week. Another thing I usually get is potatoes. Like I said, I have some stuff in my house right now. $2 for 5 pounds of potatoes. These will literally last you all week, so add $2 to the tally. One thing that you guys need to consider is that, yes, this is a grocery haul, but this isn't everything I'm eating because my parents are still living with me. Like, I still live at home. It's not like I'm buying 100% of everything that enters my mouth now. Supplements, food, like the own meals that I want, yes, I'm providing and I'm buying stuff for, but my parents are also still willing to like share what they buy with me. So if they buy a carton of eggs and I want some of the eggs, yes, I can still have some. My mom buys a lot of frozen fruit and she said I'm more than welcome to have them. The only thing that I'm buying is stuff that I want separately. So meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I want separately, they want me to buy, but if it's something that they already have at the house and is already being provided, they don't expect me to buy that. I feel like this is fair. However, if you don't have these blessings and you're not this lucky, it's probably going to be closer to $100 a week unless you want to cut a couple things in the budget. But honestly, quality does matter too. It's not just all about the macros and how much you can eat and all that sort of stuff. So if you're living at home, I highly suggest working something like that out with your parents. And honestly, it took me a while to convince them and all that good stuff, but it ended up working. It works out for me, and it works out for a lot of my friends that also do this same thing. So if you have any questions or any concerns, leave them in the comments below. I'm always listening, and I'm always here to help you, and hopefully we can figure something out. Alrighty, so I'm not going to include this in the grocery haul, but one thing, if you do like cream of rice, I'm going to make mine homemade. I'm just going to blend it because those little boxes of cream of rice that have 9 servings in it, I go through in 2 days, and it's like $6 versus my bag of rice I'll have for 3 months of the year. So on average, I spend like $1.50 a year or per month on that, which will make my homemade cream of rice a lot cheaper, keep it on a budget. And like I said, this is budget friendly overall. This will save me money in the long run. Okay, so this is not something that everybody has to do. Like, some people can make it so their parents will buy it. That's how it is for some of my friends. Some of my friends are like, yeah, bro, my parents blessed me up and they just buy them. And I'm like, that's great, but I'm being realistic. Not all of us are that blessed. And I have a very caring family. I'm not saying otherwise. However, I don't think it's fair if I want to eat my own food when they're already providing some. I think it's fair for me to buy it, especially if I'm working and all of that good stuff. So, whatever your take is on it or however you want to work it out with your parents, that's between you guys. That doesn't have to do with me. I'm just sharing my situation and how I do it and how I manage it and all of the above. So like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Let's get straight back into this video. Let's go. Woohoo! Feeling good, baby. Feeling good. We're broke again. There goes the minimum wage paycheck, boys. Now, I'm going to take you guys home and talk to you a little bit more about what I eat and how I do it and how I make all of this work. So, if you're interested in that, stick around. It's pretty interesting, and I've made it work myself, and I've put on well over 50 pounds this year being on a budget. All right, now what you guys need to understand is this is not all I eat. Like, that was low key not a lot because, like I said, I eat cheap and I try to make use of what I have at home. So, I try to eat 5 meals a day, okay? That's the minimum. Sometimes it's 6, give or take a pre-workout snack, whatever. So, pre-workout meal is usually any sort of carbs I have, whether it's cream of rice, whether it's plain rice, sometimes there's rice cakes my parents bought, things like that. So it's not like this is all I eat. This is not my diet. I'll take you through right now what a typical day in the life for me eating wise looks like, or at least let's say what today looked like, okay? So pre-workout meal was a couple Rice Krispie treats, some rice cakes, some honey, and then some intro workout. The intro workout was sent to me. I do have a lot of supplements from a lot of different supplement companies. A lot of them get sent to me. I don't like to spend my own money on them. So that was pre-workout, okay? So that costed me $0. All of that was provided to me. Now, post-workout, what did I have? I made some protein creamy rice. So the creamy rice, yes, was mine, but it was like 62 cents for that because the protein was sent to me and the creamy rice I made by myself. So sure, I did spend money on the rice in the blender, but breaking it up by serving, it was dirt cheap. Then, after that, we go into another meal. I had eggs and toast. Very simple. If you're on a bulk, you can literally eat that all the time because the toast doesn't really matter. You don't need some keto toast. You can just eat the bread. It's not that serious. So that's exactly what I did. All of that was provided to me thanks to my parents again. Then my third meal was a yogurt bowl, okay? You saw me, I bought the yogurt. The fruit's provided, the maple syrup's provided. Actually, I bought my own Maple Grove Farm sugar-free syrup, but that's not what I used on this one. I just used some regular maple syrup. I needed more carbs, whatever. Now, I haven't finished eating for the day, but this is probably what the rest of the day is going to look like. It's going to look like my dinner. It's probably going to be ground beef, rice, and potatoes, or maybe I'm going to make some burgers, use those Better Good buns for a lot of fiber, and I use a lot of high fiber wraps and high fiber buns. Yes, they're lower calorie. I'm not eating them because they're low calorie. I'm eating them because I need the fiber, and that's how I get my fiber in throughout the day. So the rice I bought, the proteins I usually buy, I might use the ground turkey, make some sort of burritos, because I do have avocados that my parents got me. So like I said, this is not all I eat. That's not what I'm saying. I will drop a full day of eating, probably in the next YouTube video or a day in the life. Let me know exactly what you want down in the comments below. Now, the last meal of the day is usually a Ninja Creamy, and depending on what I have left for macros, it can be, I mix in cereal, I mix in Drizzlicious, I mix in sometimes it's like some dark chocolate bars that, I don't know, I got for my birthday or something like that. And that's another thing. Birthday money, gift cards, all of that stuff I'm spending right now towards groceries because bodybuilding is something I want to pursue long term. I see myself doing this forever for the rest of my life, at least until I'm Unk or whatever. But this is something I want to do, take professionally, take seriously. So yes, I have to pay for a lot of my stuff. Yes, I also try to make do with what's provided. Me and my parents have agreed to it. This is what works for me. If it doesn't work for you, find something else, make it work for you. And honestly, at the end of the day, one step towards your goals is better than 0. Yes, this is like a lot of steps towards my goals, but you don't have to be as serious as I am. This is just something I take very seriously. I thank you all for watching. Tune in for the next one. Again, let me know, day in the life or full day of eating. Let me know what you guys would like to see. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Peace, peace, peace.